Good morning and welcome to Angelstone. We are back at it here at 9 a.m. on a beautiful Sunday here. Not quite so beautiful as yesterday, but nonetheless, we are ready to go here in the $2,500 Junior Amateur Meter 10 Classic. These are the biggest classes for junior amateurs, and we're so happy to have everyone with us this morning. We're leading us off right now with our first rider. This is Rebecca Grant. She's riding Pinot Noir 3E. Got our next rider here on course. This is Rebecca Grant and Pinot Noir 3E. Through the line there, we'll look at the falls 35 there on the board. 86.88 for Rebecca Grant and Pinot Noir 3E. Great money on the line here to open us up with this is a junior amateur meter 10 class presented by our friends at Equus Integral. We got our next rider here on course. Moving along in the order. Who's in the ring right now? I can't see it on the board. Up and over the final jump in the jump off there. That was our first through double clear round for Luca Tarabla and Emma. 38:56 is going to be our reference time. Class leading there. Great ride in there for Luca. Barreling down and getting it done. First thing in the morning with that great horse, Emma. Moving on to our next rider now. This is getting heated here. We have 34 horses set to go in quite possibly the biggest Meter 10 Challenge Classic we've ever seen here, presented by Equus Integral. We got our next rider here on board. This is Emmy Descoteaux. Emmy's riding Lady Cornet. Great round there. We have 7 faults there for Emmy Descoteaux and Lady Cornet. Well, this young lady looks ready to go right here, as well as Casper. They are seen with a lot of energy right here. We'll be cheering them on as they look to get up and try to displace and make a challenge for Luca Terrible, who's there on top there at 38:56. This is Mare Lou Rowe and Casper Daytrio. Through the gates there, 8 jumping faults, and we'll tack on an additional 12 there. 20 total for Mare Lou Rowe and Casper Daytrio. Next rider here on course in the big $2,500 Meter 10 Classic to get things going here on Sunday here at Angelstone. This is Jenna Boucher and Ballroom Bliss. Finishing up there, those Jenna Boucher and Ballroom Bliss, 8 faults and 70.51. So through this first 5 riders, we've only seen one double clear round. We're looking for more. Very challenging course set today, made Meter 10. This is the big classic. This is our next rider, Victoria Kraft and Victoria's Secret. Oh, very, very nice indeed. We'll have to look to the board right now and see the time, and we'll get a little covers from the judge. $65.97 there. She's going to wound up for the jump off, a clear round there. Let's cheer Victoria Kraft as she makes her way through to the jump off round. Up and over the final fence. Let's look to the time. 38:65. That is your new class leader. That was Emma and, Victoria Kraft and Victoria's Secret. I'm sorry, it is just behind our current leader by about 0.1 seconds. She made it. Very good challenge there to the top rider there, but unfortunately into second place. What a great ride there for Victoria Kraft. What a great way to start off our meter 10 class. It is going to be very competitive today. 34 total set to go here this morning. Moving on to our next ride. This is Kaylee Parnoja. She's riding Choumi des Vergers Z. Coming through the line there, a total of 8 jumping faults for Kaylee Parnoja and Choumi des Vergers Z. So as it stands right now, we only have 2 double clears so far. We go through our first 8 horses. This is Madison Gao and E.E. Devil Wears Prada. Well, she almost had it right to the end there. Just a rail coming down, plus the 3 time faults there for that rider. Madison Gao and Devil Wears Prada. Moving on in order with the Equest Integral class, a meter 10 classic here this morning. This is Vanessa Ellis. She's riding Renegade. Through the gates there at 82.05. We'll tack on some time faults as well as the jumping faults. A total of 23 there for Vanessa Ellis and Renegade. Next up here in the BFL Stadium, let's welcome Amanda Clark and Conversa. That was Amanda Clark there with Conversa retiring. She'll be back to fight another day. We'll move on to our next rider here. This is Penelope Langdo. She's riding Kalido Starlight. Looks like we might have had a bit of an injury there with Penelope Langdo. Hope that she gets looked over by her medic and that she comes back to be able to ride again another day here at Angelstone. Always worry about our horses and their riders, so hopefully she recovers very nicely from what she appeared to have pulled her back, perhaps. Moving on right now, she is making her turn to Angelstone after a great performance earlier in the week. She had a top 10. She's here for more. This is Sabrina Martinez and Betty Bew. Now entering the BFL Stadium, this is our next rider. This is Morella Carnevale. She's riding Captain Fire. Through the gates there, 88.73. We're going to attack on some time faults, totaling up at 25. They're from Morella, Carnivale, and Captain Fire. It's been a challenging morning for a lot of our riders here. It's a great experience for them. Anyways to be, and here at the BFL Stadium is a very challenging course. This is the Classic, probably one of the more difficult courses they've ever faced. But we got a big order here, and I'm sure we'll be stacking on some new clear rounds. We got another horse-rider combination in the ring right now. This is Sophia Toro. She's riding Dalton D'Arezzo Z. Through the line there, and we look to the board, 12 faults total there for Sophia Toro and Dalton D'Arezzo Z. So a little break in the action here. We look to the board, and we have two double clear rounds currently sitting on the stop, and we've got Luca Tarabla up there with Emma. 38.56 is the fastest time through in the jump off, and just 0.1 seconds behind is Victoria Craft and Victoria's Secret. Then we follow through with the 7 falters. So it looks to me like through this order, even if we have some 4 falters, those 4 falters will move up probably into the top 10. Very challenging course today, but it's the Classic, and the stakes are high here at the BFL Stadium on this Sunday. Welcoming our next rider here into the course. This is Lisa Marie Gauthier. She's riding Arabella. Up and over the line there, and only 2 faults coming up there on the board. 73.06, just over our time allowed of 72 seconds. But a great round for them because we've had so few clear rounds. That will slot them into 3rd place position for Lisa Marie Gauthier and Arabella. Great riding for that duo. Next up, we're welcoming Danielle Sayer here. She's riding Casino Royale. Up and over the final fence there. Great round there for sure. Only a rail coming down. 70.09 on the board. And that was wonderful riding by Danielle Sayer and Casino Royale. And that's enough to slot them into the 4th place position. Another good ride out there. Rail coming down, 4-fault 68.14. So let's see where Isabella Ehrlich slots in. It'll be fourth place position there. Very fast time, 68.14. Great ride in there for Isabella. Next rider here on course at the BFL Stadium. This is Tatum Haran and Tafari Latour. Launching over the final jump there, we look to the clock, 72.62. Unfortunately, a time fault will keep them out of the jump-off round. Only 0.62 seconds over, but that is a great round for sure from Tatum Haran, and that will slot them into the third place position. Moving along in order, this is our next rider here. Looking still for an elusive clear round. It's been quite a while since we've seen one of those. This is Alexandra Reiser and Vinny Vidi Vici, 28. Launching up and over, let's look to the clock, and she has made it, yes. Unbelievable riding out there for Alexandra Reiser and Vinny Vici, 28. Unfortunately, a rail comes down there for her. It wasn't up on the board there. 8 faults total for her. That will keep her out of the jump off, but she rode very, very well and ended the time allowed there, 70.67. Moving along here in order, this is Ina La Liberté. She's riding Mara Vidi Bishop. Up and over the final fence there, 4 faults is going to be for Ina La Liberté and Mara Vidi Bishop, 70-36 under the time allowed there. But unfortunately, 4 faults for them. They'll be sliding into the 7th place position. So we're still looking for another double clear round there. We've had so few today, only 2 clear holding right now so far in the meter 10 classic. This is Alyssa Schiller and Denver Miss Millie. Through the line there, 76-38 there on the clock. We'll tack on 4 jumping faults, 1 time fault for 76-38. Tough stop there for Maeve Lauren Hatsikity. It's not the easiest ring to ride in, but I know she'll go back with her trainer and get that horse straightened out. And we'll see her back again here at Angelstone. It's no problem. Make a stop. It's important to come back and give it a try next time. And yeah, it's not so easy here in the stadium, but hopefully you do it better next time. Let's move it on to our next rider here. This is Stacy Toulouse and Himalaya. Up and over the final fence there, and it is under the time allowed there. Wonderful riding there for Stacy Toulouse and Himalaya. They'll move on now and test the jump off course. Haven't seen one of those in a while, so let's wind her up. She's looking to beat a time currently being held by Luca Tarabla at 38:56. Beautiful riding there, 38:68, just off the leading mark. We have 3 clear rides through to the jump off, and they're all at 38 seconds. Very, very close, all separated by about 0.12, let's say. So that's enough to slot Stacy Toulouse and Himalaya into the 3rd place position, just off the mark. So we currently still have Luca Tarabla and Emma holding on the top of the board at 38:56. Moving on to our next rider here. This is Natasha Barami. She's running Quelle Chance de Brandegem. Through the final line there, look to the board for a jumping fault, 69.7 there for Natasha Barami and Quelle Chance de Brangelem. That's going to slot them into the 7th place position. Next rider here on course, she was very, very fast yesterday at the top for sure. This was Melina Rafonjin. She's riding Boss Vant Emeldonk Z. Let's see if she can keep up her winning ways here this morning in the Meter 10 Classic presented by Equess. Fortunately, not her day there. That was Melina Rafonjin, but she'll be back. She's such a great rider, and she's had lots of success here at Angelstone. But sometimes it's not your day, and that's totally fine too. That was Boss Vant Emeldonk Z, and they'll go back to the barns, and we'll bring in our next rider here. Looks like we've had 26 go, and only 8 left here in this very hotly contested class. As the next rider here, this is Margaret Armstrong. She's riding Kipikor SBZ. Through the line there with 10 faults, 73.36 on the board there for Margaret Armstrong and Kipikor SBZ. Getting down now with the last number of riders here in this class. This is Caitlin Cohen. She's riding Boni Eki Caval. Next up here on chorus, this is Emma Biancolin. She's riding Letizia. Across the line there at 84.36, we'll tack on some tie faults there for Emma Biancolin and Letizia, a total of 17 faults. So looking to the leaderboard here, the top three were double clear rounds, and they're all separated by only 0.15 seconds. It's a very tightly contested field at the top. They're all around that mark. And then we have Tina Moran at 1 fault and Lisa Maria Gauthier also at 2 faults. So just a couple time faults there, holding them back from the top 3. And we're looking to see another 5 riders set to go here. And big money on the line here, proudly presented by Equess Integral, great providers of saddles and made in France. Great value for sure, handcrafted, and very, very good saddles for sure. And we will be seeing our next rider in just a moment after the short break. After a bit of a break, we are back here at the BFL Stadium. This is Madigan Volpe riding King K. Up and over the last fence there. Look to the clock. 73.1 there. A couple time faults being added on there. So it'll be a 4 plus the 6 there for Madigan, Volpe, and King K. And now galloping in here after all her duties were completed and with her team at Angelstone. She's been working hard all season long. This is Anushka Hanche. She's riding Fidelio. And that's it and all for Nanushka Hunches and Fidelio. She'll be back to ride another day here. And we'll move on with our next horse in the competition here. There's only 3 left to go here. We have only 3 clear rounds through 31 riders. It has been very challenging indeed. This is the Classic. A lot of money on the line. And our riders have been trying their best. And we have a few more clear rounds perhaps still to go. This is Audrey Duquette and Complex Z. Over the final fence there. She's got a great cheering section there for her. That was Audrey Duquette and Complex Z. Only a rail coming down. That's enough to get them into the 6th place position she holds for that pink ribbon. But we only have 1 left to go here. It all comes down to his rider. And she has been having great success here at Angelstone, and she's just looking through the course there. And she's going to get settled with that beautiful horse. Gentleman Jack, please welcome Maylee Leduc as she goes for the win here. We've got Luca Tarabla on top with them at 38.56. That's the time to beat. Let's wind up. This is Maylee Leduc and Gentleman Jack. Launching up and over the line. Give her a big round of applause as she's going to get set to test the jump off. Maylee Leduc and Gentleman Jack. An incredible round for them. She has been riding fantastic all week. And I know that Luca, Victoria, and Stacy are up there looking on and seeing if they will remain on the podium or if it'll be Maylee Leduc on top. She's going here with Gentleman Jack. Launching up and over the final jump, we look to the board, easily taking it, 34.3. Her cheering section is all in her corner. It was not even close, a full 4 seconds faster than her second place rider. She wasn't leaving anything to chance. That's your class winner there, Maylee Leduc and Gentleman Jack. Congratulations to all our winners today in the Equess Integral Meter 10 Classic for $2,500 here on a Sunday morning at Angelstone. And what an exciting finish that was. We saved the best for last, and we'll get set right now for our podium presentations. We have some absolutely incredible coolers throughout this week for Major League Show Jumping. They are special edition coolers along with the ribbons. We're so pleased to present them to our winners, and that will for sure be a great memory for them that they will keep for many, many years. And you know, some coolers come and go, but some you keep in a special spot, and this is a special moment for this young lady. And it's great to see these Meter 10 classes. You know, they push it so hard, they prepare, and this is a week that's more than just competition. It's here learning, enjoying time with friends, and you know, that cooler looks great on that horse. We're gonna bring them out right now and get them up onto the podium for the presentations. If we can have our rider, Maylee Leduc, please dismount from her horse, and we'll bring her over to the podium for her presentation. And we have our other riders coming in here. We can't have Maylee up on that podium on her own. We need her friends there with her. And they rode so competitively today. And they are moving their way up to the podium right now. If we could have our riders make their way over to the podium and dismount. Let's go through the order in this classic, starting in the top 10. Danielle Sayer and Casino Royale. Ninth place honor is going to go to Natasha Barami and Kelchance de Brandegem. Eighth place award is going to go to Isabelle Ehrlich and Verone de Bory. Seventh place to Audrey Duquette and Complex Z. In sixth place honor is going to be Lisa Marie Gauthier and Arabella. Fifth place honors going to go to Tatum Horan and Tarafi Leftour. The yellow ribbon is going to go to Stacy Toulouse and Himalaya. And now, ladies and gentlemen, set to take their rightful spots on the podium in this Equess Integral $2,500 Junior Amateur Meter 10 Classic here on a Sunday morning at the Angelstone BFL Stadium. Your third place winner, she rode absolutely incredible. Let's welcome her to the podium, Victoria Kraft and Victoria's Secret. Second place honors just a shade behind by 0.1 second there. This is Luca Tarabla and Emma. Luca started us off very early in the order, and his time held almost all the way to the end until this young lady came in at the final mark, taking her spot at the top of the podium here at the Angelstone Stadium. Put your hands together for Millie Leduc. And Gentleman Jack, your winners today of the Meter 10 Classic, $2,500 there up for grabs in that prize pool. Great riding for her, and it's great to see these young riders progressing through the ranks. I'm sure we'll see Millie, Luca, and Victoria progressing on to the Meter 20s and on to the Meter 30s and maybe up to the Grand Prix one day. Let's get them on the podium there with the photographs, and then we'll bring them up onto their horses and we'll have a victory gallop to end off this exciting class in the Meter 10 Classics. And we'd also like to announce our champion, of course. It's also going to be Millie Leduc and Gentleman Jack. They'll take home the championship, as well as the reserve champion will go to Himalaya and Stacy Toulouse. All right, we've got all of our great champions up on their horses. Now we'd like to ask our champion, Millie Leduc, to lead the crew off on her victory gallop around the BFL Stadium. What a moment it must be for these young riders to be here. We just saw incredible class here under the lights, and they're doing it just like their idols. They're crossing across VIP. Give them a big round of applause. That's Millie Leduc, Gentleman Jack, Luca Tarabla, Emma, and Victoria Kraft, Victoria's Secret. What a show they put on. I gotta tell you, it only looked like there was four double clear rounds out of 34. That is incredible, and I'm sure they won't forget this day here at Angelstone. We're looking forward to seeing them all back again in the weeks ahead. Their season's not over. There's a lot of winning left to do, and that is it for our class, the Equess Integral Meter 10 $2,500 Classic.